What's good, everybody? This is Marcus from In Him Focused Ministries. Man, I pray that God is doing great things in your life, and I pray that you're in good health. Yesterday, God put something in my heart, and I need to give you a little backdrop on this. Just because God lays something on your heart or put something in your spirit doesn't necessarily mean it's for the masses. It's sometimes that God just puts things in your heart and in your spirit just for you. And so I've learned how to try to recognize what's for me and what's for everybody else, what to share, what not to share, and try to make sure that God is always being glorified in all that I do and say. Do I do it well all the time? I pray I do it better than most of the time, but I continue to learn and grow in God's grace, and I'm thankful for that. This is the thing that God put in my heart. Romans chapter 12 and verse number 15, it says, "Rejoice with them that rejoice, mourn with them that mourn." So you have two balances there. With those that are rejoicing, the Bible says you should rejoice with them. And those that are mourning, you should have empathy and mourn with them. I said all that to say this. You need to look at your crew. I want you to do a crew check. That when you're blessed or God's doing something great in your life and you're happy and zealous about it, does your crew reflect that? The people you hang around with, do they get happy for you? Or all of a sudden they get sad when you're happy? Or when you're sad, they get happy? It's a balance that you had to look around at your crew and find out, is this the crew I still need to be with? Because we can have a crew when we're younger, and then all of a sudden we can have a more mature adult crew. I've learned in my classes that I took and got my master's that if you're the smartest person in your crew, you may need to get you a whole new crew. Somebody say, no, that's just your partners, your friends, but sometimes you need to grow. In order for you to grow and stretch and do what God has called you to do, sometimes you have friends for seasons and for reasons. And so just do a check, man. I can't tell you who to hang around and what to hang around. I'm just going to let you know that if your crew is not celebrating you when you need to be celebrated, if your crew is not mourning when you mourn, you need to check them, man. Are their pulse in tune with the things that's going on with you, or if they're just self-centered or self-absorbed about what's going on in their world? Because we have to understand that this world is bigger than just us. We've got to understand that God has some great things in store for everybody in humanity. It's just that we have to choose to do it His way. And so God gives a guideline. He says, rejoice with those who rejoice and mourn with those who mourn. And so I pray that you understand this and get it in your heart and in your spirit and understand that God has some great things in store for you. But just check your crew. Check your crew out, man. Is that a crew for you to grow with? Or is that a crew that's just there for a season? This is a crew that you can go ahead and say, man, I found a great friends. Or is this a crew that says that, man, I've got so much animosity around my friends and my crew that I need to start changing this? Or you could be the one, and they need to change from you, whatever it may be, man. I just pray that you understand that you got a crew with you. And whoever you're walking around with and whoever you're hanging around with, you got to check them every once in a while to make sure that, hey, is this really my crew? Am I still supposed to be fellowshipping with these people? Or have I outgrown them? Or have they outgrown me? Whichever way it is, man, make sure you keep God first. Make sure you keep God first. Make sure you keep God first. Blessings to you, man. I pray this been a blessing to you, and I pray that you just check your crew. Check your crew, man. God bless.